I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is May 15th through Thursday, 2025. Hope you had a good day today. Try to make this quick here. So we talked about probably an easy structure up, trying to get up into this area. And then we drew this daily bullish imbalance right here. We sweep. Asia doesn't end up going up. So in the example yesterday, I was saying, oh, well, I made the video here. Looked like it was going to expand, but some type of higher, high, high, low. Get into this area, come back down for the liquidity here, and then rise back up in this area. And sure enough, we never made a new high for the day. So Asia brought it down. They swept right into here. They came right into this bearish imbalance. To the 25%, not 25%. Did they hit the 25%? Yeah, didn't they? I'm tripping. Yeah, right there. See that? And then with the gray area, there's not a lot of stuff in here, so don't get overwhelmed. But and I don't like all this stuff either. I'm only doing this so I don't have to explain it and draw it. Which is, I don't like it, but whatever. And then the gray gap right there, you see the 25% right there. Very, very simple. There's nothing. You got the Asia range with the deviations going up, so don't get lost in that. And this is just a projection from here to here, coming down at 3.5 to 4. See that? That daily bullish imbalance is there, and notice we're in the upper quadrant. That's the gist. So this is overkill, right? But at the same speaking, this is what the logic is. If it's going to be if it's really bullish, we generally will dip in and then take off. We want to see the top part respected. So they're just sweeping. They don't. So for the reason why that the Asia probably wouldn't have done that, I would have loved to seen if they just went up straight. But the reason is they don't want to get these guys in there from yesterday in there, right? They don't. So what they want to do is they want to bring Asia down, wipe them out, and then now we're back here, and people are making a decision of buying here to come up, right? So very, very expected in this bullish imbalance, and with this understanding of we want to come sweep and then keep going in a bullish world. But Asia didn't do this. So if I'm waking up and it's already coming down here like I've got depicted, then you're looking for the buy up for the new high, right? So simple, and then not making this hard, just literally very similar to yesterday. So I'm gonna make this short. And just higher highs and higher lows, right? So you can see it, man, on the 15-minute. You can see it bouncing right down to 25. So I had that already in play for the buy. I take a loss, but see right here, you can see you don't even need to see the candles. You can see right there 25. We get to the 50 here. We dropped earlier in so when we gapped, you can see it on the 15-minute. We gapped, and then this doesn't take that high out. So these are equal highs right here. So most likely rushing. Now, generally speaking, when they create equal highs or lows, I'm expecting it to run away from that area. And in this case, it did, and it came down. So when we were creating equal lows up here, down, see, by the 50% and all this, that was the intention to run away and push up. Not saying that we're not going to come back here, but this is, it's very difficult to buy that if you're looking to buy that. Why? Because they're actually higher lows. They don't break. So this is technically a lower high. This is going to be the highest high, right? And that's the logic of it bouncing here. So as you can see, 25% of the bearish whatever, and then you got the daily here. I mean the gap, the gray gap. Look at the 25% here nested. Don't hit the 50 because it's exceedingly bullish and it's not going really lower than this past 25%. Then we take down to 50, almost to this 25, back to 50, come through it, bounce on 25, get to the top of it, very clear. Sells back. They have 830s bullshit news. Almost hits the 50, but just takes that guy very slightly. See that guy? Leave these guys alone. And if you take a look, this is an equal low. So is that, right? And this is just basically to squeeze you out so hard that we had that yesterday in the high resistance day with this when I bought this and I held it up to here, right? And I had to do the same damn thing today. Not fun, not really that desirable, but the logic is still there and you're following the flow. So look at this. I-30 doesn't take it out, pushes it up here, plays around here. thought this was going to be a buy. I was trying to get it early because I expect this to come up here for rushing up here, but the price comes down into the wick of the 830, not wick, the imbalance of the 830, and then you can see holding there. I get in here, and I'm trying to get the price up here so 930 could just take off, right? Looking for a buy sell buy day, just like it was a buy sell buy yesterday. But they shaked out, and it's a speaker, and we already have a speaker. You can see it on the 1 hour, right? Or even lower. You see that, right? That's why I was talking about coming down and buying. Don't know how far they're going to go, but in very bullish scenarios, they're not going to go lower than the upper quadrant. That's what they did. X marks the spot here. And by the way, keep in mind, we're negative 3 standard deviations and a half over, not hitting the exact fourth. But then if it's a speaker, we're going to be on this side of that range of projections, and we come up to over a 2.5 here, right there, almost exactly 2.5. Ooh, that's must be random. And then it's just a higher low to a higher high. So this is pushing up. That's the high, retracing higher low, push up higher high. Now we sold off beautifully, higher low. So very, very simple. There's so much I could say, but just keeping this simple here, looking for the higher prices. And then, man, and that's what's beautiful about this, that even though it was fucking time distortion, dude, this shit beats me up a little bit because I get impatient. I want to be done. But here's what happened. So when I'm taking the 930s here, I want to take this buy up to what? I want to come up here. We have the daily, today's day gap. Underneath it, this little orange line, underneath it is the midnight level. That midnight level is literally the same level as the top 25% of the opening range gap right there. They're the exact same level. And I had to look twice with my eyes. I'm like, is that right? So what does that mean? It means it's so nested that this is an important area. Well, when we're down here, I'm trying to take the trade up to here because I know the confluence is too high. Plus, we're bullish and we're looking for a new high, which is the shit that they created fucking obviously last evening in Asia, right? So with that understanding, 930, here's the first imbalance, plays around. I'm like, fuck, it's coming down. Sweeps me out. I already got the stop loss tight. I don't need to know. I understand that this 25% here. I have this 50 and I have this wick from the 830 data. This is what's very key. Look what happens. We rush down, I get stopped out. We get this little 3 drives here on the candles, and then this wicks right into 50%. I think I literally said something like that yesterday. I don't know, but sounds like I just said this recently. That's why I take this trade here. When I take this buy, my entries here, you'll see it on the screenshot. Entries right here, and then stop loss is below the 50% of this candle, 949. Times involved starts to kick off, and then we make a new high. Look at the structure. I'm going to make this real simple, just like yesterday. I did this yesterday. I'm going to do it again. And then you'll see here is the structure. I'll do it on the 15-minute. There is your structure. You see that, right? It's already the high of the bearish imbalance coming almost to the 50. And then we skip, just like we did that internal bullshit we did. Remember we did that internal bullshit yesterday? And then boom. Look at this. You see that, right? You see that, right? Can you see it? So we come up. Another high, higher low. See these highs right here? And then they make this higher low. Then 930 pushes it. Oh, it's a new high. You should come back for a higher low. It's a little shallow. And the idea is the price action of where it is. What I mean by that is, I'm not going to call it a channel. I mean, some people call it a channel, but I mean, if you're bouncing in this, as you see the price, right? Higher low, equal lows here, higher low, gone, right? And that's what's the sequence of movements is happening in there. It's really obviously simple, but so you understand that this, I want to be done. This push up to the top 25% of the opening range gap here, sometimes it'll show as weakness, but they decided to just make this higher low to now this is the high. See how this is still coming up, and they got you in with these trades. I'm okay with it. I was trying to get their ass. They know They know we get in their ass. Then they brought it back down. Once they brought, okay, that's a higher low. Yeah, it took that, but it didn't take that one. It's very similar to yesterday. Obviously, if you watched yesterday's video, this is fire though, because if I understand that, and this is some OG shit, if I take the buy here, I'm holding it for these areas up here, right? So what do we get? We push up, we retrace. I can't talk too much about this. This is just accumulating orders, but at the same time, they're getting people in and wiping them out. But the 25% of the bearish imbalance is what matters. And that's why when it comes down and it stretches out and I see this wick rush back up, it turns into a bullish candle, I'm already in the trade, okay? Sometimes it happens at the open of the candle. But usually I'll get a hair here lower, and then it came up. So it comes back in this imbalance, plays around the first imbalance, hits that 25 again, comes back to this 25. Now I'm shitting bricks a little bit. I'm like, man, is this gonna run through? It's possible. The scenarios of being bearish for some more of this liquidity in the daily imbalance is in my head for a second, but I don't get shake up. Why? Because of the fact that I understand that these equal highs and getting deeper into the imbalance on the, I mentioned it yesterday on the 4-hour, right? Say it again, and this is how videos are long, but this, I said about, there was that gap, then there's that imbalance, and then this is a breakout area right here. See that? So, and you see that candle. I said this candle yesterday that we could reach that as a high too. See that? And sure enough, we did. So, it's just all the way over there, right? Yeah. So anyways, the point is that when I'm taking this trade, you got to hold it. And guess where it takes me? It takes me right back. Sorry, I know this might look crazy. It takes me right back to my fucking candle. It dips in. Look how it dips in by the open, because people are trailing their stop. If it comes any lower, I'm done. But listen, my stop loss almost got hit. My entry was literally right here, and this wick comes right down to it, and I let it. But if it was to go any lower, that's me jamming the stop. If it was to come any lower, then I would be out of the trade. I'm not letting that shit come below 50% of this candle, this wick, at all. As you can see, I'm in the clear. See that? And you're like, why would you endure coming all the way back? Because this is a small range to me. When we popped up here, we did not hit this first area of minimum interest, which is what? 50% opening range gap. We're bullish. I want to hit I want to get into this top bearish imbalance. That bearish imbalance is a weekly imbalance I have highlighted, okay? This is a daily, and then this is a weekly. So that's why that level is green right there, because right above that is that daily imbalance, which is obviously we're looking at the February 24th, Monday. But the point is that I don't need to be right and be up there yet. The point is I'm going this direction, but I know the range should be much bigger than from this low to this high. Okay, so now you have to endure some shit like this, and still they didn't get me. And I was like, dude, fuck, if it's not, and this was already time distortion and kind of agonizing as it was. And I really didn't even want to trade today, to be honest with you, because of just the way that we're up here. But fine, I let this saved it. I mean, the 25%, 50% right here, and this 25%. This is what really saved the day. I mean, you can see us bouncing right there, this low right there, that they made at 8:30. They tapped that daily bullish imbalance in blue. See that? I'm not going to draw it out because there's too much shit already on the chart. But the point is that the logic of holding this is that, I mean, we're coming up here and we're bullish. If it was to have broke down and did candles this way, I mean, that's a different conversation. But no, we're going up. So this is me in a trend, not fighting it. You have seen me. I'm not fighting it. I'm barely taking any sells. I'm generally looking for the buys, right? And that's just, I'm not going to fight that flow. If it came already down and swept there, well, they already did damage to people. So now they got to come up and get this, because it was really easy to sell this from Asia if you traded Asia, all right? And you saw the flow coming down, right? You can see that. Anyways, you can see the 4-hour closure underneath that first 25%. That was a target. But why did I hold it up to here? I couldn't, because of the fact that I was already exhausted, kind of, and then also my minimum target was met. Back to the minimum target, you can see that's the bottom of the bearish daily imbalance. That's the 50%. So look at the price. We come down, we don't take them out. We get the little switch here. We make a, this is a 5-minute imbalance. If you see it on the 5-minute, it's really easy and obvious. But you can see it right there, right? So again, when it's wicking down, we want to get in the bottom portion of all that price action. That's why I don't trade the internal trades. I always do the external trades, generally speaking. But you can see this one. This is confirming my trade. Look how beautiful the body just switches over and goes that way on this. Dips in and then which is perfect. But yeah, okay, maybe TMI, but that was good to see. The point is, I know the trade's working. We get to the back, the first imbalance. Now we're on top of it. This candle literally 1054 opens on it and takes off. That's an algorithmic signature. Right to 25, right to my first minimum target. Now it's coming up here. I'm trailing. I'm going to start to trail because I want to, this was, again, we don't know what's really going to happen, but I have to also, what I came to do here today, which is obviously take a good trade and take the profit. But my next minimum level is really this level right here because it's stacked on each other. I talked about the opening range gap 25% and the midnight levels right there. And we have the daily gap, the bottom of the daily gap. So those three levels are literally right on top of each other. And notice how we rush right to it. Wicket, we push above. So once it's here, I know I'm going to hit this level. I'm guaranteeing to hold it to this level. And then I have these two levels. I don't require the price to get to these levels. I'm going to start trailing after this level because this is my minimum max target. Okay. But guess what? It pops up. Boom. Gets right to the top of the daily gap. Retraces. And then right here, I take the screenshot of it tagging the sealment of the opening range gap. Because now once it's up here as I'm trailing, I'm literally waiting for this level right here to get hit. Boom. It hits that level. Oh, why do I have that circle there? This is all random. What is this? This is the high of the previous day. Underneath that is the fucking, I'm going to delete this now. Because there was a gap there. Maybe I'll keep it and then just slide it over real quick. I don't want to see this. But just so you can see that right there. See that? So now that's happening up here, right? Because listen, look what the time is. It's 11. It's London closed basically, right? So I was afraid that this could whip back, come to 50% of this range or this imbalance that broke out level. Oh, breakout level. Watch what you'll see soon in the side and why these levels are so important. So guess what? The price gets up here, and then right when I take the screenshot here, it's pushing up and I'm squeezing that bitch out. Ooh, it tags that level. What's that level? Look how it snaps to it. What's that level? That's the fucking previous day's high level. Plus that's where the circle's at. And then as you see the projection here, I have I'm highlighting these 3 15-minute down candles up, and then you can see the 2 to 2.5 is up here. I wanted to hold it for this. I wanted to hold it for this 25% of the bear daily imbalance. I wanted to hold it for here. I wanted to hold it there. I want to hold it for this green level all the way up here. Very clear that where I'm going, but I don't have to be right after this. This is my minimum target. Don't want to play with these people anymore. I don't want to buy the higher lows and wait for a range. Or this is the move today right there. Now guess what? We tag it. We come back. Look how it tags the bottom of the daily gap, of today's daily gap. Right there's the midnight and 25%, right a hair above it. Look at how that's the higher low. It pushes up, retraces for the pullback. Higher low, higher low, higher low, all the way up to the 25%. Then we dance, come bounce above it, and do a finale here, up here. Okay, and then this first imbalance stays empty. There's your break retrace. And I was like, dude, this is so easy. But you don't want to be involved. You don't know if it's going to happen. Bounces on the 25%, retraces back to that break. It doesn't go any higher. So weak, it's not even getting above it. And lower lows and lower highs all the way where? Where did they go? Well, we know that's this circle is the daily high. We're rushing for it. The breakout traders pushing through. Where's another level? The daily gap, the sealment of the opening range gap gets to there. Where else does it go? it goes to the midnight level. Oh, perfectly. Body's sitting there. Look at that. And what does it ultimately do? 2 drives down. If we made this fucking very simple, this is pushing up for move 1. Come back down, all Asia, 2, and London, 2. And and then we push up, and New York extends to 3 up. And then we come back for a retracement for the easy buyers, number 4. And then now we're pushing up for move number fucking 5. And I talk about this all the time. Beautiful. But why did they do this? That's why this is a minimum area. From this low to the high here, this range, 50%, even if it's short, you could squeeze it out. You'd be fucking done. Whatever you want. If you wanted to wait for some more drives, here's your 3 drives. Boom. And then now you would expect it to keep going up from here. So I don't even have to say more than that. And dollar is not that helpful. I don't really look at it. And then let's see here, lower lows with Dow right here. And then we have higher lows here. A little tricky, but just deep retracements. That's all it is. But they're all higher lows though. They definitely want you in this bitch. They know they're telling you they're coming up, making it hard, but also making it easy. If you understood that, if you just look at it a higher time frame, they're just higher lows, man. That's all it is. Just 1 minute can look a little crazy, but that's really it, man. There's not really much to say here. And you see the nice drop with Nas wiping out all those bars. Beautiful. Oh wow, coming right down to these on the 5 minute. These last 2 down candles here. You can see that open very close with the bodies here. Man, so fucking beautiful. If you don't make it difficult, man. So we're it looked like it's gonna crack, but we still have to flow with the higher high and higher low situation as they're coming up. Dow, they didn't take out their this is really showing me that looked like it could have been a lower high here, but you got to keep going with the flow. We already retraced a lot in Asia with the RSI 2. It already came down to a 50 here on Dow. On Nas it's lower, and they're still going up. It's definitely fucking bullish. For it to still be going up here. We'll see if it's what happens when they get above this high, but we could make a lower high in this area then. But we're flowing with the trend because it's definitely bullish. Got multiple highs and higher lows. So I'm not fighting it, but I know that and that's why if I'm responsible and I'm taking out this trade that I just showed you, if I'm taking it out here, this is me if I'm taking it out here, I'm just being responsible with what can happen as it can come back down, right? I'm all the way up here, so it's like I'm just trying to catch intraday swings, and it's fucking this was a fucking beautiful move down and up. Look how it came down to the 930 level, all right? And then also you're using this first and balance, so that's another if it's selling really well, it's going to come back and reference that level. Man, at least at the this is a very high confluence area. That's why I'm circling it, because the bottom of the bearish daily balance and the 50% are very close to each other. So could have been a target too, dude. Oh man, just crazy. Just beautiful. But again, being very difficult with this shit here, man. I'm like, you fucking dicks. Stop being assholes. But they got people. They got good traders out here in this world, so they know what's up, man. Maybe, but anyways, all right. So speaker down 3.5 standard deviation, popped up to 2.5, came back to the mean reversion, which would be the Asia. You got the fucking our daily gap right there, equilibrium. And then came down back to the -1 standard deviation from here, bought back up. Ugh. Just beautiful. But again, I'm not demanding to hit this high. Will it go? It probably will. It's going to go on its time. But right now we're just higher low. We might get a significant drop on tomorrow, or we're gonna push up. Since today's Thursday, I'm glad I'm saying this. So we might push up and hit this level, and then if we highlight, I'm just talking, so don't hold me literally to it. But I would have to be here, right? Yeah. Well, there's a gap, and the open is literally here. So we'll do it by the low of the candle. to the high. Just right now, I'm not saying this is the high of the week. So Thursday decided to continue and not retrace. That's the signature of a very strong bullish week. Friday might fizzle out like a Wednesday, or it might just rush hard and they come up and get up into that and bounce, and then they sell off for the 20 to 40%. Where'd it go? Of the 20-40% of the actual week's candle, high, low to high. I'm just talking. So Friday can either rush us up. So let me just do it this way. Oh my God, why do they do that with the typing? Who actually uses that? What was I gonna say? So let me just draw it. Wasn't even done talking. Well, I would like to see, something like this. If this is the high, and then, maybe sell off to here, and then let's just say, again, let's just say, this was let's just say that was the high of the week, right? And then sell back off. Let me go back to that. And then that's option one for bullish. I don't see us dipping down lower again and then coming up. We could do that, but okay, so let me just talk in this sense, being bullish, coming up, and then who knows? Could buy up again, right? Okay, so obviously simple shit being bullish. I don't really think we're bearish, but if it's an extreme case where this is lower high, I think we still have time though, but then it would have to, again, like I was mentioning in an extreme example yesterday, you'd have to not take out this high. You'd have to come into this bullish imbalance right here in the blue, use it as resistance, and then fucking break down, right? Like that would have to be the way it was playing, which can still just be a retrace above this high. This is a very key area for me. This swing high right here that we broke right through, that 50%, it could still come here and then buy up. But for now, the ideas that we're talking about is just keeping it close and seeing what's happening here in front of us. This is the high low, very smooth. I mean, me, I just want to come up, like I gave you that example, and then come back down. I have a feeling if it reaches this area though, it's going to be a nice sell-off. But we'll just say that. All right. So I've talked about that, and I've talked about, as you see, they're rushing for liquidity in a very nice bullish motion. And we're here still. And am I missing something? Did I go over S&P? I'm not really marking S&P too much here. 50% of that wick. This wick here, we might hit, come up. I mean, we've done a good job, just to be honest with you, of even if this is a big break of structure, making a lower high, we came real good and wiped out these good, easy sellers. So it's a matter of, do you want to go back to reference this high right, or this low right here? We've already creeping in here, very gently, and I feel like we're getting oversold now in the daily, which is awesome. I want to see if it's a big sell-off soon. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, then it could happen next week, and it will be a big sell-off for a retracement to then push back up to be bullish or to keep going. I hope that makes sense for you. And I mean, I need to think of anything else. So, yeah, I talked about all this, right? We came in, and then from high to low, mean reversion. From low to high, mean reversion. I mean, these are the trades that are logical and to take. And I am talking too much. How long is this video now? 29 minutes. Y'all take care. God bless.